Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and all are welcome. Lords, adventurers, entertainers, common folk, merchants, and traders. I welcome you to Casterly Rock, where upon the high hill, the cliffy sides, sits an imposter. And we made it our mission to put our good friend Kevan in prime position to inherit the rock. We went to war in the last video. The ending, I think, got cut off by OBS, but I didn't have that much more to say. I kind of went over a little bit about the battle, but we basically sieged down a lot of territories after we captured the rock. We chased them around with the bulk of our army, and I think a lot of their people were down south somewhere. But yeah, we kind of got into 2 or 3 big battles, decimated their armies, and then I just dropped people off everywhere so that we could, just win the war. And so this 2-year-old Gerald of House Wyldes, and I will be renaming him to Wild. In fact, I think let's do that now. It's going to take a little bit of craziness. So the same way I named into a Lannister, for the story reasons, I'm going to switch to him. We're going to copy and paste the sigil. And we're going to call his house. This would be House Lannister. Ooh. Oh, I know. I know what I did. I just did that. John Lannister. Tristan Lannister. Yeah, I don't think these are Lannisters. Right? Of the Rapewood. Yeah, these are all Wyldes. Okay. That's fine in that case. It's a house. House Wylde. That's going to set up Lord Gerald as House Wylde. So yes, he basically inherited a claim, and yeah, weirdly, the Lannisters were bred out of it. But now he has been reset. And we can go back to being Lady Eleanor with the actual House Lannister. Woo, if we go all the way back to where we are. And we can see that the claimants, top of the list, press claim for Lord Kevan, was actually a member of House Lannister. True born, the last remaining member of his family, his parents, his grandparents, his brother and sisters all dead. One son dead. He has a daughter who has a couple of sons. And he has a son who has a daughter. And they are all House Lannister born and bred. And with him helping us get Castamere, we have gone and won a war to put him on the throne at Casterly Rock. So I get a weak hook favor. I become his vassal. I gain a little bit of legitimacy. Lord Gerald Wyldes loses all claim. He loses legitimacy. He becomes a vassal. And he gains absolutely everything that he should. To the charming Eleanor. Blessings be upon you and your house. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to all this bloodshed, I will comply with your outrageous demands, says 5-year-old Lord Gerald Wyldes. But he is no longer reigning, and yeah, okay. Like, that's not kind of what we were going to do, right? The whole point of this is that we take these titles off you. All three. And then I guess he can get added to Lord Kevan's court. I think that works. I think that works. Interactions off. Although, again, the only other thing that really needs to be done is it doesn't make sense not to have that be in place. Cool. Switch character back. A lot of switching characters before the story. Let's make it make sense. And there we go. Disband all of our troops. And we are immediately going to go in and demonstrate submission. We just won you this title. We went and spent probably 700 gold to hire mercenaries to go win this war for you. I do not feel bad in the slightest about making you the king, but I also don't think I need to worry too much either. Kind of want a lot of speed. I don't care about danger too much, so Rogar can be our caravan master. We have gained Jamie's sword. Oh, Lord Kevan has. Okay. Yeah. I was going to say I'm going to give that to Lord Kevan, but we don't need to. We've left the faction. We've gained the hook. We've gained legitimacy. Everything that was promised. I can pardon Lady Syrian, which I'm going to do. And then we will just ransom these prisoners for gold. Are any of these going to be worth keeping for any reason? Banefort Vickery. Can't wait. Admiral, okay. We kneel. Like, what happened There. Trial by combat. Did we release them and the trial by combat just disappeared? I need your horses. No. I don't even know what's going on. Lord Melwyn. Okay, so sharing power in a regency. He is selfless. Is he just an idiot? He might be just an idiot. Okay. Pay him 300 to swing it back. Or I can leverage a bunch of piety that I don't care about. I'm going to do it. You can be upset, but I'm taking your power away because you can't be trusted, it seems. Sweet. I can go inside again. Regency ended. Hold mystical communion. Learning lifestyle. This is what I want. Yes. Every 5 years, I do this. I think every 15 years, I pretty much get a perk. I can reforge a steel blade. I don't want to. Don't want to, and I don't need to. I think that's all fine. Ooh. I've become ill. That's not great. Treatment a little brighter. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. Let's go to Lord Roland's hunt then. Yes, Lord Kevan is now back in charge at Casterly Rock, not as a regent, but as the legitimate ruler. And his son, Sir Titos, is next up and is young enough to have more kids. So we have done what we needed to do to a certain degree. And then we got some prisoners, so I can I'll release the child. Reginald Lancer. Only member of House Lancer. Definitely don't want to kill you. I think I'll just let you go because I don't really want to recruit you. Stone Dornish, lowborn. Elise Shanes. Don't really want you. Kira Farron. Don't really want you. So yeah, not worth actually keeping there. Absolutely fine. So we're ill and we're on a hunt. What could go wrong? Let's try and befriend Lord Roland the Ill. Is it worth trying this? A small Health boost. Personal physician. Excellent. Yeah, let's just bring him in. What happened to the hunt? Like, just... Like, what happened to the hunt? Yep. Well, that alliance is out of the water. Hunts just are weird sometimes for me. They are just weird sometimes. Let's see then. What's our next plan? I think if I come straight down, I can kind of just try and get cause to go to war and see if we can vassalize rather than take the land. And do the same on these three either side. These are the easiest ones to clean up. And then we could possibly do Midvale. Is that his actual lands? I think it's his. Yeah, so we'll try and clean up underneath, I guess. In the meantime, we can do some stuff here if we need to. I think we just hold a feast. Let's hold a feast. Let's have it up in Castamere. Honorary guest. King Rhaegar be nuts, given our past. So yeah, let's do it. And we will try and befriend my brother-in-law at the crag. We'll spend a little bit of money on this feast. So Minute gets chased. Increased learning. And increased learning. We have a lovely time ahead of us. Servants run across the hall, bringing the final decorations. Some of the guests are yet to arrive. I indulge myself with a delicious drink by the fire. Oh, I seem to have spotted some fresh quail already. I can't find Lord Gawain anywhere yet. I can't wait for him to arrive, so my plan to befriend him can finally start. So King Rhaegar is gonna come over. Sure, his wife is perfectly fine with that. And Lord Gawain the Dull. Ooh, anti-dragon warfare innovation. That's interesting. A lot of tutoring and stuff. And Lady Felice Stokeworth. Well, the sermon. Today, Garth held a fiery sermon for all the children of the court. They were apparently spellbound as he zealously read from the seven-pointed star. My grandson, Aina, seemed to take it to heart. Perhaps a little too much. He's been hounding the servants for hours since, pointing out how they can be better faithful. Sadistic, ambitious. You can be zealous. That's fine. I'm glad to be well again. We are no longer ill. And welcome, friends. The guests are gathered in the great hall, lords and ladies from near and far reaches of the realm. The mood is bright and spirits are high as the feast begins. No, feast is complete without a prank. Okay. Master Andron brought his knife to cut one of the peacocks, and it wasn't cooked at all. It pecked at him. Yeah. I'm sure he's not very happy about that, but that's fine. With the feast on the way, Master Natalia approaches me. It's a marvelous feast. All my compliments to the hosts. Darren deserves all credit. Ooh. Master Andron started holding a grudge. Why did you start holding a grudge? Why are you holding a grudge at me? You know what this means, Andron? You know what this means? If you're going to be upset at me for no reason, I'm going to make it a reason. Well, Gawain. Kind of a 50-50 for friendship. Grow closer. I would love to have a chance to settle this on the battlefield. Can't they still visit by your last? I'm not sure. Kind of what that's all about. Toast to King Rhaegar the Handsome of the Iron Throne. Did not befriend, but we got a bit closer. That is absolutely fine. So our alibi is going to be Lord Gunser Sunglass the Honest. Okay. The infiltrator is going to be King Rhaegar. He's going to make sure we can get in and out. The thug is Sir Lucerys. The assassins are going to be Cargo of Sunwatch, the Dothraki, and he's lost his name, Lord Andric Starsfield. Why has he lost his name? Andric. Yeah, no, it's still there. I've gone ahead and made him a noble, and he's ended up losing his name. But okay, so we got an Ironborn and a Dothraki. This is why I love this save sometimes, and just this game. An Ironborn and a Dothraki going to assassinate this idiot who is upset because somebody else played a practical joke on him, not me. My son is gonna roughhouse him if needed, just to let him know that it is me this comes from. King Rhaegar is going to enable it all, and I'm just going to be enjoying some time in Sweetport Sound, out of the way with an alibi. Nothing to do with me. Let's see. Stress, we don't need. We don't learn anything that way. Diplomacy increases by 2. For Kasana. Interesting. We will do that. I can go inside. We're just getting our stuff up. Offer night tutelage. Summer Heatherspoon. What a name. You're callous, ambitious, and authoritative. You're a trained fighter, you're a knight. I mean, to be honest with you, I think I'd be better to look after my own bloodline. Viserys could be another one. Rhaegar, my grandson. Aerys, my grandson. They're not of my dynasty, which is fine. I think we should take care of our dynasty, so we will become the ward for Viserys as well, and squire him when he comes of age. But Aenar Targaryen will be ours to teach the ways of the blade, the horse, chivalry, how to get along. Ooh, Lena, my courtier, has got charismatic negotiator. Interesting. Got a little perk. Prepared conscription. Almost ready here. Lordship of Casterly. Is that the only one? I think so. But yes, we will see that done. And we will start scheming on Motley Hills, please. Mr. Andron. Powder. Okay. Yeah, we'll gain a couple of advantages. Why not? That puts me right here. Oh, my son. My sweet summer child. Oops. But Master Andron, a thorn on my side no longer. It was elegant inviting him over to drinks, and then followed me without protest in the basement, promptly fell asleep. We built a wall to seal him in forever. Okay, that's not quite what this would say. I wish you would take into the agents here. Take into account all the agents. And we've only got one thing there. So, Sedaron, not feeling well. Severe health penalty for 7 years. But he is a blood of Valyria. He's got constant care. He's an experienced traveler. And he's enjoyed raucous entertainment. So he's actually fine. Imagine if we ended up killing our own son by accident just because we tried to poison other people. Rhaegar, this is truly heartfelt. The latest work of my friend King Rhaegar has become all the rage of court of late. The piece deals with feelings of sorrow and loss, and Rhaegar has publicly dedicated it to me. Oh God. We can't keep doing this, Rhaegar. I invited you to a feast, but like, you're trying to rekindle flames that should be left snuffed. For the good of the realm. This is how Blackfires happen, Rhaegar. We sidestepped it, but this is how Blackfires start. Windswept woods in summer. How cruel a mistress is random chance to cast her aside with nary a glance. Without her we are but hollow shells, all lonely hearts in separate cells. It's truly heartfelt. It really is, but by God, man, pull yourself together. You're married. Still married to House Faring. I've got blood ties to House Faring. We kind of made sure that this was gonna stop. You kind of need to stop, Rhaegar. My friend. That's all we're gonna be, friends. Please. He is looking after my heir, my grandson. And my daughter Sarah has given birth again. Lucerys and Sarah. The inbreeding is wonderful. Comely and glowing. I was a little worried that she might be a dwarf there, because she seemed really small in this picture. But Reina Velarys, sure. I'm still smiling at a joke my friend Reynard made at his Mons council session when Lord Maynard catches my arm. Leash, I've been meaning to talk to you. I understand you're close friends, but there are those who think you put him before more deserving councillors. Do you want to lose your title? Is that what this is about? You're trusting, you're just, but you're impatient, diligent, skill fighter, hyperlexic, adequate bargainer. You're not a bad guy. It's my Castellan and friend. He may be ugly, but he's my guy, and he's been with me since day one. You want a rivalry? Fine. People end up dead. That ain't on me. That's on you. What are you? Stewardship and learning. Ooh. Interesting. Let's go. Stewardship, and we are your guardian. Don't really know what you're gonna be, but we do have a beast of a tutor in Mott. So let's use Mott. And then let's try and see who we're gonna promote here. You're Bravosi, but you will become a knight. I don't hate that. And I can knight you pretty quickly. And then Aina will be knighted next, and then I can bring Viserys in to be another squire later. I think that all works out. I think that all works out. Let's... host an inspection. I've got no kind of idea how this works. Survey. I've never done an inspection before. Extra taxes, deep pockets. Proves a success chance, additional bonuses for the capital. Sure, we'll do it. I've got no idea. We've got some money. Let's go and make an inspection then. Improve the bureaucracy, improve taxes, improve development, and improve control. I can improve my opinion, which is already maxed. Popular opinion 0, and improve their levels. Now, bureaucracy. Lose some money, success chance will go up, and we get room for expansion, so that's extra building. Lose some money, but we invest in guilds, which is development growth. Yeah, I think development is kind of what I'm looking for right now. So we gain some money if we hit the success chance. Got a 30% chance of increasing a little bit of control. Got 31% of development growth. By 10 here. So, yeah, control, development, or taxes. development. I think we probably failed. And that puts our success chance down, and something else put our success chance down. So inconclusive. Our popular opinion goes up, and our inspection for the future, that chance goes up by 10%. So, okay, we're learning. That's fine. Inspection. We can't do a bunch of these. Father, I can go inside. Scheme against Reynard will be exposed. So this is the same guy who we had an issue with somebody being upset with earlier. And now he's being hunted. Okay. Personal guard will spend some money. Serene. Her intrigue could go down for 5 years. No one threatens my friend. If something comes up. But what we can do is the scheme will go. We lose a little bit of prestige, which we've got an absolute ton of. And we could gain a little bit here and there and even get a best friend. So no one threatens my friend. We can go on a hike. The Stars Field. Long hike. We will go with Andric. He's got his name back. Let's take Andric with us. Increase fame. Or mystic. Let's get fame. It's tough to get. It's tough to get. We'll start our hike. I've never done this either. Soothing the pain. While I was at the market with Einar, his attention was caught by a criminal chained in the pillory. When the man begged for water, Einar immediately promised to bring it, and soon returned from a nearby well, letting the criminal drink from his cupped hands. Compassionate, arrogant, callous. We'll let him keep on being compassionate. Called to become regent. Lord Kevan, you honor me. Yes, this partnership's working out quite well for the both of us. He has reclaimed Casterly Rock for his family. We have Castamere under our thumb and are slowly rebuilding it. We gain 72 fame. We lose some stress. As we settle in for the night, we see the whole sky lit up with stars. It's one of the clearest nights we have seen since we left Sarsfield. It's quiet, not a sound to be heard, be it from people or animals. It's like the Highlands are holding their breath as we are all taking up the night sky. I should go to bed and get rested for the morning, but maybe I can stay up for another hour or two. I'll remember this for as long as I live. The forgotten battlefield. Okay, Andric, why do you look upset and scared and like you're a very dangerous person and you're with someone who's just as dangerous, if not more so. Yeah, I hear the carrion birds in the distance long before I see it with my own eyes. A small battlefield filled with dead bodies, clearly left to rot for some time now. Perhaps from the battle for the rock. The birds beaks bloody, occasionally look up from their meals as I pass by. Andric gags at the sight of it all and makes his way out of the area. We can get a little bit of money, get some fame, or we can gain some piety, which we don't have a ton of, but I don't really have anywhere to spend. I'll just take the gold because I pretty much have got my money back, I would say. Getting late in the day when we finally arrive at a small river with no bridge in sight. I look as best I can, but there's nothing to be seen on the other side. In some ways, it feels like the border between the last vestiges of civilization and the unknown wilderness on the other side. I take a moment to sit down and rest my feet. Occasionally, I feel like I can see something moving out on the other side of the water, or like someone's watching me. But I cannot make anything out. A good stopping point, I feel. Long before it comes into view, I smell the scent of burning wood and flesh. Upon our arrival, all I can see is a smouldering husk of what must have been once a huge farm. I hear Andric talking to my guards. There's neither anyone nor anything left to save here. All that remains is the ashes of a home and those who lived in it. So again, we can gain piety, or we can gain a touch of money. I don't really want to loot it, but we will because there isn't anything needing to be done. Got Kevan, high partition. As we traverse the wilderness around Sarsfield, Andric and I have plenty of time to talk. I had hoped we'd enjoy our time together, yet I am pleasantly surprised by how well it is going. Andric has a breadth of interesting topics to bring up, whether it's about particular people home in Sarsfield, local gossip, or memorable stories. Hours passed before I realized it, and it only felt like a moment. I can't believe Lysaria said that. That's hilarious. We'll gain a little bit there. I'm going to return home then. With one last step, I finally leave the grasslands around Starsfield. I look back one last time, reminiscing about my journey through the Highlands. Stress has melted away, and I feel like I have found new meaning in life. Turning around with a small sigh to myself, I start my return. Alas, such is the way of life. We gained 2 experience in Miracle Worker. We gained 413 fame. Sorry, 432 fame. We lost a bunch of stress we didn't have. We gained 110 gold. And Andric likes us a little bit more. So we kind of made profit, went on a small walk. And just, yeah, just do everything we need. Motley Hills. See it done. Let's just set up all our options. Get work on Heatherfield. A spy. I wonder who you were spying for. I wonder who Miss Tyne Sand of the Salt Dornish, bastard-born member of House Nymeros Martell. Wonder who you're spying for. Can't really act against you. Because he's too good. An extra hand. For all the authority I supposedly wield as lady, I cannot be everywhere in my realm at once. There will always be those who forget to obey my orders once my attention is turned elsewhere. That is where my vassal Lord Maynard could come in, who has been faithfully enforcing my decrees within his own domain. Could he serve as my right-hand man and take a more active role in administering my realm. Well, he's been a little bit of a problem lately, so I would gain control. He would gain opinion. And we would spend more time with him. That could be interesting. My son, Lucerys, can handle those problems. We just gain opinion. Or I can handle it. I gain a ton more prestige and just get to stress. Yeah, I will do that 100%. Spy was discovered. Lord Bedwick Uller. Okay, yep. Yep. The Bastards of Dawn. She gains opinion. Acted tyranny. Don't really want to upset you if I banish you. You could hurt my smith. Often knight tutelage. Aerys Targaryen. Yes, my grandson can go and see you there. Mandate a better use for you. Okay. Bertrand. Who are you? I guess he doesn't really exist right now. Okay. The jails and courts of Castamere have been processing an unfortunately high number of miscreants lately. Under normal circumstances, justice would find these malefactors swiftly. Then they'd be turned loose to the Wyldes or the grave. Luckily for them, many have ample experience with sword or arrow, and my mandate as regent requires me to find fresh soldiers. The distasteful solution of service in Lord Kevan's army seems obvious, and though this turns up plenty of hardy bandits and eagle-eyed poachers, the notion has the peasantry are up in arms. Well, I can't tell what he's like, so that's interesting. Empty jails. We would lose control on popular opinion. We'd gain higher thugs, which would be good. We would kind of swing the scales towards us. Might be useful off the books. A little bit of dread and stuff, or too controversial. Yeah. Let's upset Kevan a little bit. Child of my dynasty. Why is it only these that are having kids? This inbreeding is just going crazy. I mean, she's having kids. I'm just not really seeing anything about them. He's got kids, including 2-year-olds. But like, we've heard about all 3 of these. Maybe because it's definitely the inbreeding. Daeron, you're 20. Lynette's 24. She's a wet nurse. Where's the kids, Daeron? There's one. Okay. I take back my question. And a 13-year-old with an 11-year-old. So we'll see in the future. Okay. But the bloodline is fairly strong. I know they're not technically Velarys. They are Targaryens because I married her out. But Aegon's couple of children. I've got the 4 Targaryens through Shayna. Mataris has his trio. Sarah and Lucerys have the identical threes. And like I say, Daron, his first is on the way, and Miguel is too early. This is a fun family tree. And I think we're moving in the right way. I can get an alliance with Lord Marek. Why not? Why not? That will certainly help out in the future. And Pirate Lord Varmir, a pirate crew, is declaring war. Okay, I'm guessing. Yeah, they want Skull Tides. Okay. But yeah, that's interesting. They're trying to unconquer themselves. I guess the Estamons do control most of them. But for some reason, Rhaegar actually holds these lands. I could go and help. I don't think I'm needed. And there we go. Daron and Leonette, Damien, Velarys. I am happy with that. As all the kids get a little bit better. And I think next up for us is going to be something interesting. What have we got? Lord Quentin and Salt Pans. It's not a million miles away. Am I going to be able to compete in the grand tournament? Maybe. Maybe not. A little tour. I mean, I guess I can go to River Run on the way. And then on the way back, kind of go a little crazier there. Yeah, I think that kind of works. Let's join the tournament. Visit Hornvale. I'm sure I've visited Hornvale before, but I've always come up from the south, never from directly over. So the echoing call of horns fills the air as we traverse the hills near Burnout. The hill forts resonate with the sound, a call to arms that has sounded through generations. Mere seconds after the first blaring, a throng of garrison Riverlander warriors emerge from the closet fortification, charging a group of terrified highwaymen and bandits. My knight Cargo, the wandering Berlian Hardtree of House Hardtree, and Kyle Marler of House Marler. Are they the good guys? We must help them charge. So no, Marler is not. We get another kill if we help them charge. 50-50, we gain a little bit of gold. We can send Cargo to go and kill Kyle Marler. No, I'll ride in. I kill all of the bandits. Another of our wonderful deaths died in a fight. Master Andron disappeared without a trace. We quelled our bloodlust a while ago. We are not competing in the joust or the archery. So, yeah, okay. In that case, yeah, we get diplomacy lifestyle. That is pretty much perfect. What just popped up? Ah, new points. Not diplomacy, but we can start now working our way down. That'll be fine. Tragic. Not your day, Peter. Aha. Wasted concessions. Raya, who are you? House Vickery Bastard. So you're right next to me. You're right next to me. You've lost the rights to your house lands because Sir Kevan was ruling them, I believe. You're married to John Storm, who I know, the bastard of Bainfort. For some reason, you seem to think you can talk to me with attitude. Okay. Contest in front of me is reaching a crescendo. Participants are evenly matched. I grip the wooden railing in front of me and yell my appreciation along with the rest of the crowd. Said yell, however, swiftly turns to a strangled cry as I feel something trickling down my spine. Some sort of fluid. Something both hot and cold somehow. I spin on my heel to find myself confronted by Rhea, her goblet swishing with the remains of the unidentified drink currently crawling its way down my back. Oh then, which way you going? She burbles, gesturing accusingly at me with the cup. You should be more careful. How about I throw it over the railing? How about that? Friendship? Nope, don't want that. Guards? Yeah, that's not a rival. That's not a rival. John Cornington. Oh my God, of course, he never went across the narrow sea. He never went across the narrow sea. He didn't have to. Wow. Okay, Cranigman. I could use the services of someone like you. Absolutely, I could. Let's get some hunting experience. I can get all three. You are terrible. You're not much better. You're okay, Harry Hatchman. Free prestige is free prestige. I'm okay with that. I do miss being able to go and get. Oh. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't want to pull the trigger, but it's an option. Let me know, comment down below if you want to see that or not. My gaze drifts over the crowd. The general hubbub flows around me. All spectators engaged in conversation or geeing up the contestants. All apart from one, I notice. Silver is staring directly at me. Our gazes lock before she immediately breaks eye contact, flitting her eyes around anywhere other than me. Normally, I'd be suspicious, but the bitten lip and constant sullen glances back to check if I'm still watching tells me something of a different story in this case. House Santagar. Yeah. Married into House Weller. Well, we don't gain stress, but we would be a little more resistant to schemes, or... Well. What a great occasion. I got a drink spilled on the back of my neck, maybe made an enemy, and had another woman flirt with me in the crowd, maybe made a friend. And I recruited another woman as well. Fun trade expedition, yes. Lavish. Didn't even see how much gold. I think it might have been quite a lot. I think it might have been quite a lot. The martial contest. Oh, not Andric. Don't. Andric of no name. You don't want to upset him. As we pass through the market in Hashwell, we hear a loud yell and stumble into an ongoing tussle between two men, tightly observed by a group of people. The crowd cheers profusely as one of them is swept off his feet, face planted solemnly in the dirt, thus concluding the match. "Who's next?" the man yells into the crowd, and his eyes land on our group. At my side, Andric snorts in response to the challenge. Kendall Hard Tree. Well, that's an interesting name. You are a giant. You got 19 prowess. You're impatient, stubborn, cynical, an incompetent commander, and you are reckless. But I do like giants. So I can send Andric out, and he will gain a bunch of prestige and stuff. Or I can gain it all. Or we can just ignore it. I will win the duel. And yet we can't recruit him, sadly. Represent. Oh! My acquaintance, Game On. Hmm. My only Dothraki. I saw nothing. My no Ronald. No, I like Ronald. Free intrigue? Probably not. Lord Daryl, my husband. Yeah, let's be friends. That doesn't sound too great. Diminutive defenders. A hill in Waspwood, group of children. None may pass the foot of Sorin and his perceptive band. Oh wait, are you a lady? I wonder if this would change into like a kid killing event if we were built in a different way. Because it had me worried then. Extra patrols, we gained some dread. Brave defenders. Extra progress and travel speed. A famous visitor. Yes, I am a lady. Go tell your villagers. All about me. Ryman, oh, you a bandit? You're not a very good bandit. Soft rumor of the river we've been following for a while becomes stronger now. Members of the entourage talk about making a short stop, get some fresh water, rest their feet. There's a stone bridge where the path turns. A couple of men rest with their backs against the parapet. One hits the other on the side and points at our group. A third man comes up from the shore. Another looks up to us after spitting in the river. You know, he says, this is actually a toll bridge. Intimidation, losing stress. We injure. Yeah. Yeah, Andric. Time to have some fun. Aggressive attacker. Beautiful. Beautiful. Smith's Clang, a set of armor. Ooh. 65 gold. I'll get some armor. Probably terrible, right? When did we get the stagger? High Valyrian Lamina. You can gain 39 back. Yeah, I mean... Okay, I guess those are gifts that we'll do. And completely everybody in our camp, or our realm now, is gaining more prestige. We got some guests. Ryan Icemark. Okay, he's not exactly fantastic. But he is the only guest we've got. Yeah, probably not going to say yes to him, but we've got some high diplomacy. Got some decent martial courtiers. We've got some decent stewardship courtiers, and Azaro Hort, just this phenomenal Smith of our Serene, our great spy master, but a backup option as well. Andro. Okay, yeah, you could be interesting. And then apart from Holt and our Maester, we still have some really high learning skill as well. And prowess, Andric, and then Sir Lucerys, 38. Not too bad. We do have a little worrying trend coming over this side. But we are well established in Castamere. We are setting up to take over a lot more. We do have claims. Kingdom of Andalos, the High Lordship of Casterly Rock, which is, yeah, Lannisport, Casterly Rock, Heatherfield, Fang Hill, and Haddersley. That could be very interesting. We've got Haddersley and Motley Hills anyway. We were trying to get Fang Hill, but we ended up with a whole lot more than that. If we want to go to war, we could end up with the Westlands. Eventually, we could end up with the Westlands. I don't know whether that's something we should push for or not. And we can see that we're running out of a little bit of money, but we can develop a little bit here and there. 12 years on these ruins. Okay. We will work on the ruins. Wandering Hedge Knight. 6 prowess already without anything. So, patient. I'm not sure which of these are pro. Generous, compassionate, forgiving, trusting. You're forgiving. Okay. And you're generous. I'm kind of okay for that. Dutiful captain, aggressive attacker. Trained, skilled. Maybe skilled with aspiring blade master. Just trained. You're a tactician. So you've got rough terrain expert. You're not exactly great, but I can make something for you in my court as a dynasty. Sadly, it seems like I cannot actually recruit him. So we will say goodbye to him. Because he's actually ruling the city of Wretchfield. I guess that's why. Okay, my player heir is now a knight. So let's take a look there. My grandson, Vagon Velarys. He is brave. He is calm. He is greedy. He is stubborn. He is betrothed to Sybil Bar Aemon. Interesting. Interesting. He's a charismatic negotiator, handsome, a knight. He's got some friends in high places, and he is a skilled fighter. 20 prowess, 5 learning, 6 intrigue, 11 stewardship, 10 martial, but 18 diplomacy. He is full on a diplomat. His grandparents, ourselves, and King Rhaegar. His father, Prince Aegon, unfortunately has died. His mother, Shaira, died in childbirth. He's very interesting. Reynard's friend, less and less of my friend. He's spending time with a sailor who's starting to hold a grudge against us. Okay. So we would lose a diplomacy challenge against a sailor, right? Like 7% chance to break them up. Her diplomacy is a 6, mine's a 40. Why is it so low? I mean, I'm above this. If we're not friends, we're not friends. Okay. Well, a few years into the future, a few interesting things. Not a ton of progress, but what we were able to do is put Lord Kevan Lannister on the throne. And then we'll kind of see what happens. We'll kind of see what happens. There's a way we could get the Westerlands as a whole. There's a chance. I don't know if that's something we want to do or not. I've got to be honest with you, I don't know if it's something we want to do. But I feel like we're very close to establishing ourselves in a big way to be able to take over with a new character without too many issues. But Boss Eleanor, I think it's time to decide her main goal. We have these lands here. Is it just to restore Castamere as much as we can? And that becomes our dynastic goal and what we set forward in motion. Is it to take over Casterly Rock? Or is it maybe to revisit an old plan and go over to Essos once more and claim the kingdom of Andalos? Maybe even found this kingdom, become independent, conquer Bravos, conquer Pentos, conquer Mir, conquer Tyrosh, conquer Lys, and settle the disputed lands. Maybe become Emperor of Essos. Some goals are easier than others. I'm going to go away and think about it. Please do have your say in the comment section down below. Smash that like button, hit subscribe. Let me know what you think. Check out the memberships and other playlists on the channel. I hope you're enjoying. It's a very interesting story. This has gone nowhere near what I thought it would. But, yeah. Ever since the Defiance of Duskendale and King Aerys getting executed on the walls at Duskendale, we're in a completely different timeline where nothing has kind of gone to plan as I would have normally expected it. And so, unless there's like a Blackfire invasion, that's the only thing I can think of now that would cause me to sway from one of these other plans. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But until next time, as it all unfolds, as the chaos unrolls, take care of yourselves. All the best. And I wish you much luck and joy in your adventures too.